Is Modern Warfare 2 worth it? This is the question that a lot of people will be asking themselves at the moment whilst they're either playing the beta or looking out their window like Squidward whilst all the PlayStation kids have fun and play. The gameplay that you're seeing in the background is courtesy of a good friend and fellow YouTuber, Jules Gaming, as I haven't actually played the Modern Warfare 2 beta just yet, but I feel like I have a good grasp on the key points and I can make a very informed video regarding whether or not Modern Warfare 2 is worth it for you. Before we get too far into the video, Jules' link will be right down in the description of this video, so make sure you head over there and give that guy some love. Now, first things first, the most obvious thing that I need to say in this video is if you enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019, the multiplayer at least, you will almost certainly enjoy Modern Warfare 2. And therefore, well, this video is sort of a moot point for you. However, if, like many people, you thought the multiplayer of 2019 was not for you, then maybe this video will highlight some key factors and help you with your decision making. So, the first thing that I feel like I need to cover is Warzone. Warzone 2 to be specific. Now, as I'm sure most of you know, Warzone 2 and the new game DMZ will both be free-to-play additions to Modern Warfare 2 that will both be releasing on the 16th of November of this year. However, the main thing with Warzone 1 was the fact that you needed to make your loadouts, and to make your loadouts you needed to level up the weapons. Now, for the last 3 years, the best and easiest way to level up your weapons has been in the core multiplayer of the current Call of Duty. The first one was of course Modern Warfare 2019, then Cold War, and then Vanguard. And pretty much the best and quickest way for you to get these meta unlocks was to play the multiplayer in the corresponding game to that year. Now, the biggest thing that I need to mention here is that Warzone 2, at least at the moment, does not appear to have loadouts. Now, for me, this seems like a really strange decision because it means that most of you guys who are just going to be here to play Warzone are going to have no reason to buy Modern Warfare 2. If you can't have a loadout in Warzone and you only play Warzone, then why would you spend time unlocking attachments in the multiplayer when it seems like in Warzone 2 at least, you'll be able to buy these attachments at buy stations as loadouts seem to no longer exist. So for the moment at least, if you are a Warzone main and a Warzone player and you think that you'll only be playing Warzone 2, then as it stands, I really can't recommend that you buy this game, as you'll only be buying it for the campaign and the multiplayer. That being said, if you think you will enjoy the multiplayer and you think you'll enjoy the campaign, then stick around and continue for the rest of this video, as I want to discuss with you guys the key points that I think make Modern Warfare 2 either a game that's going to be really enjoyable for you or a game that you should just steer well clear of. Now, the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is some of these polarizing gameplay decisions that we are seeing being carried over from Modern Warfare 2019. For example, Dead Silence is not a perk, it is a field upgrade, meaning that you'll have to earn it throughout the match and you can only use it for a set portion of time. This means that for the majority of the time whilst you're playing Modern Warfare 2, your footsteps are going to be extremely loud. Now, I know that there is a huge portion of the player base that seriously enjoys this more tactical, slower paced gameplay. However, I also know if you are a die-hard Call of Duty fan and you like the Call of Duties from the classic era of Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, that sort of thing, then you're going to enjoy a much faster paced Call of Duty. And the problem is, with footsteps as loud as they are in Modern Warfare 2, this isn't necessarily going to be as possible as it has been in years gone by. People are going to sound whore. Apparently, from what I've heard, the sound design in this game is absolutely phenomenal, but what that means is you'll be able to pinpoint exactly where people are and where they're running from, and on the flip side of that, people will also be able to pinpoint and track you as well. This means that a lot of the time, you're either going to be holding angles and camping, or you're going to have to be moving slowly around the map, waiting for that field upgrade of Dead Silence to recharge so that you can get some flanks off. Like I said, in this video at least, I'm going to stay fairly impartial and just try and give you the facts. And if this is something you don't like, well, maybe Modern Warfare 2 isn't going to be worth it for you. On a similar note to this, there are other gameplay factors that seem to slow down the general flow of the game. These being doors, so that you'll be able to be heard as you crack through doors, or maybe you like being able to sneak around and peek those small angles through the doors. Again, doors have always been a very polarizing thing in the last few years, and if it's something that you really didn't like from Modern Warfare 2019, then chances are this game isn't going to change that. Now, as well as the footsteps and doors and Dead Silence, the other main thing that is being carried over from Modern Warfare 2019 is going to be the style of minimap. No longer will red dots show up on the minimap if your enemies are using an unsuppressed gun. Now look, I know this is again very polarizing for the Call of Duty community because it is something that we have had as a staple in COD for absolutely years now. And the fact that we have to relearn the game and we can't use the minimap in the same way that we are used to is honestly quite off-putting for a lot of COD players. So again, if that's something that you hated in Modern Warfare 2019, I'm going to straight up say that Modern Warfare 2 might not be for you. However, there are some things that are different from Modern Warfare 2019 that I do want to discuss and why this game might be for you after all. For example, the map design, from what we can tell already from the 3 maps that we've seen, is a lot better than it was in 2019. The maps from Modern Warfare a few years ago were basically like Boy Scout Simulator. If you didn't post up with 4 claymores and a fucking 7.25, then I'm sorry, you were getting your ass handed to you. The playstyle in Modern Warfare was almost exclusively made for campers, and this was because of the sheer amount of angles. The maps themselves were absolutely stunning in my opinion, but they tried to make them too realistic, and what this meant was you often had lopsided maps, and everything was very different, and there wasn't those strict 3 lanes that we're used to from Call of Duty. This means that wherever you run, there's almost always going to be someone holding an angle on you. Now, from what we've seen in the beta of Modern Warfare 2, this doesn't seem to be the case. In fact, quite the opposite. A lot of these maps are decluttered and made more straightforward so that they do go back to that sort of 3-lane design. And also, you're not going to have as much foliage and clutter around the map. That's going to make it so you can't see enemies hiding in those dark corners. I think personally that this makes the game look a lot better and actually run a lot more fast-paced than it did in Modern Warfare 2019. This game isn't going to be as fast-paced as the Black Ops series, but from what I can tell at the moment at least, it looks like a weird hybrid between Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops 2. Now, one of the things that I think is a really big selling point for the Modern Warfare franchise as a whole is just the weapon set, the customization, and the gunsmith in general. I personally absolutely love being able to make these awesome looking, crazy, realistic-ish weapon builds. I really enjoy sitting there tinkering and making my gun look completely unique, and I think that with the new system that Modern Warfare 2 has in it, whereby you can unlock different platforms and you can unlock different receivers for like the M4 platform, where you can get like a submachine gun version, a DMR version, an LMG version, and other platforms that we're going to see further down the line, I really like this scope and I like this style of gunsmith, as it really does appeal to the gun porn addict in me. So if that's something that you're into and you enjoy tinkering and making these really awesome looking weapon builds, then I really do think that there is something to be said for that, and I think that you might enjoy Modern Warfare 2 more than you first thought. Now, one more thing that I do think I should talk about is the amount of variety in the games that you're going to be able to play in Modern Warfare 2. From what we've seen already, discrediting Warzone and DMZ because they're actually free and as a result are kind of separate to this game, but within the core experience, we already know for a fact you're going to have a third-person mode, your core gameplay, your hardcore gameplay, and ground war, with potentially gunfight as well. Now, I personally think that this is a huge offering on launch for a game, and if the 6v6 doesn't necessarily appeal to you, well then ground war is going to be a whole new kettle of fish. And if you compare the ground war map that we saw on Thursday at COD Next to what the ground war maps were like in Modern Warfare 2019, the scale has been amplified to a huge degree, and I really do think that this might even be a refuge for some of the Battlefield fans who have fallen off after Battlefield 2042. All of this might be for nothing if this last point really sways it for you, and that is that in the beta already it's pretty obvious that we have extremely thick, egregious skill-based matchmaking or engagement-based matchmaking. Either way, the problem that we have had in Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, and Vanguard will be making an appearance in the form of skill-based matchmaking. And if that's something that you just can't deal with, if it's something that has made you quit Call of Duty in the last 3 years, then I'm sorry, but it is here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be here to stay, so you probably aren't going to like this game. But anyway, there we go guys. I really hope that this video has helped you inform your decision on whether Modern Warfare 2 is worth it for you. For those of you who have watched my channel for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Would you rather have no fingers or no tongue? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.